All right. So now that I restarted my computer or Chromebook, let's go ahead and try this problem out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that sine of 3x and rewrite it as an addition problem. And I'm going to choose to view it this way. Hey, it works. It's going to be sine of x plus a 2x. So far, that is a true statement. And the reason I do so is because I can now use my double angle identities, right? When I see that 3 now as a x plus 1, I can also use my sum and difference identities while I'm at it. So according to the sum and difference identities, I should have sine of x times cosine of 2x plus sine of 2x cosine of x. Or if you guys switched out the sine of 2x with the cosine of x in that last part, we can do it that way. And because we're going to have to do some substitutions, I'm going to do it that way now that I think about it a little bit in terms of where this is going. Cosine of x, sine of 2x. All right. So now that I have that, I can use my double angle identities for both sine of 2x and cosine of 2x. And if I look at the cosine of 2x, I have 3 different variations. Because the question is asking me to write it all in terms of sine of x, I'm going to opt for this orange one here, right? So, in doing so, I can view this problem as, let's do green. Psych, yellow. So this is going to become sine of x times 1 minus 2 sine squared. This is not going to end well. If I turn off the camera, that might ease some of the... There we go. Sine squared of x plus cosine of x times, and for sine of 2x, there's only one version I can use, so I get 2 sine of x cosine of x. All right. So I'm close, right? I've gotten rid of almost all the cosines that I had, so I'm just going to go ahead and multiply this out to see what I end up with. So this is equivalent to sine of x minus 2 sine cubed of x plus 2 sine x cosine squared, right? In this second term that I was adding, I can just multiply the cosine to condense into a cosine squared, and I can go from there. Okay, here's how it's going to go. So, because I know that cosine squared is equal to 1 minus sine squared, I can just go ahead and replace that cosine squared with 1 minus sine squared. There we go. Now I've effectively replaced everything in terms of sine of x, and I only have constants. My only job now is to try to clean this up. So doing so means that my next line should look like sine of x minus 2 sine cubed of x plus 2 sine of x minus 2 sine cubed of x. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is as good as it's gonna get. So then I just combine my like terms. Sine of x plus 2 sine of x gets me 3 sine of x. Negative 2 sine cubed minus 2 sine cubed gets me a negative 4 sine cubed of x. And that's as far as I would take it, given what the problem is. With sine cubed, I could look at maybe the sine squared, but then that's going to introduce a cosine. And that kind of takes me back to where to where I was. So it doesn't make sense for me to do that substitution. And that's what I would consider done in this instance. So tomorrow's lesson is going to work on, I believe, reducing and simplifying some of these expressions using some of these identities. So, make sure that you're okay with this, and good luck.